Hey, what is up you guys? Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. If you are new here, it is November 10th, which means it is craft case day. I will talk about more about the craft cases at the end of the video because I do just want to make this video full tutorial and unboxing for the people who have bought the craft case. If you want to see costs, all that, I'll link a video down below. I'll mention at the end of the video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please make sure that you do subscribe. But without further ado, I am just going to go ahead and not do an intro and just get right into the video of unboxing November's craft case. So, when you receive your craft case, if you have received it already, you should, unless you ordered late. If not, it should be there within 2 to 3 days. First, you have your paper with everything that is going to be inside, and then it also just tells you where you can find this video. So, it's time to reveal what we're doing this month. You will receive a mug, paper towels, a spongy guy, 2 decals, one that says thankful, and one that says coffee, a hug, and a mug, a little mini Mod Podge, popsicle stick, some tape, and a bag of glitter. Now, what you need to get for yourself is just a cookie sheet or like a little tub to work on. Something to put the Mod Podge in. Now, I'm going to be using my big Mod Podge because I already have one for myself. I just put it in a bowl and I just wash it out when I'm done. Scissors, and then at the end it is optional if you want to get a more hefty sealant at the end, because if you have not figured it out yet, we are doing glitter mugs. I'm just going to show you an example of one that I've made recently. To get started with the mug, you want to just lay out, I think I'm going to do 2 paper towels, so I'm just going to rip this. So that way you're ready for the glitter. You need to take the tape and just freehand. So what you're trying to do is to get a straight line about 1/3 up the mug. You can do it higher than that, but just make sure you look to make sure you're gonna have enough room for your decal to fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. To put my start inside the handle, but it really doesn't matter where you start. And then just pull it around. You may have to do this a couple of times. Usually it looks really good, and then when you look back, you're like, wow, that's not even at all. I'm just like making it worse, I feel like. Here's what mine looks like. As you can see, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. The next step, we're gonna be working pretty quickly, so if you've never done this before, I do recommend watching this through and then coming back and following along. So you got your big spongy here. You'll have your Mod Podge. I have my big one, and I'm just gonna put some in a bowl. Take your sponge, and then everything below the tape is gonna get Mod Podged. The nice thing about the mugs is since they're not transparent, you don't have to worry about streaking as much as you would with a wine glass. And you just gotta kind of squish it in between the handle there. And like I said, you gotta work quick because the Mod Podge will start to dry. So set this down, open your bag of glitter. And then you kind of wanna rotate. And you have the paper towel down so it can catch your glitter that's not going on the mug. Don't forget the bottom. And then you want to give it a couple taps to get everything off. You're going to be doing 2 layers, so don't worry about if you don't cover everything perfectly. So I just flip mine over and set it over here. You're just going to do a taco and put it back into the bag. And repeat. And just be careful that you're not moving all the glitter underneath around. You're going to move it a little bit, but just try not to be too rough with that second coat. You're better off to be a little more generous with this coat than to try to get it super thin and push all that glitter off. Bindi is crying because she can hear me in here. And the second layer doesn't dry as quickly as the first layer either. I mean, it'll still dry pretty fast, but it's not like a race like the first layer. So once again, just tap off that excess. You'll see there's, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but there's quite a bit falling off. Just set off to the side and clear off your glitter once again. Now, the moment of truth is you need to peel your tape. So this is how I do it. Instead of peeling up, like, kind of take it and peel down. If that makes sense. You can see. So don't pull like this or like this. Take it and pull it at a downward motion. Awesome. And if you do see any kind of like bumps, I'll try to show you mine. It's barely like any ridges. You can just flip it right over and kind of take your fingernails and just use it to clean up the line. Okie dokie. So now we can do the stem real quick. I just bring it up about halfway. You could do the whole stem though if you wanted to. I'm interested to see what everyone does. Then just flip it over to get it on the inside there. So now we wait an hour to 24 hours. You need to at least wait an hour to where this is not like squishy wet, because we're gonna be laying it on its side to put the decal on, and you don't want to squish up that glitter. So we're going to wait, and I will see you guys when my cup is dry. All right, so it's been about 2 hours. I'm actually going to take this and rinse it off in my sink, because if you can see, there's some glitter that didn't stick, and that's really gonna help get some of it off. So go ahead and rinse your mug off. Don't really rub it or anything, just get a really good rinse on it, and then we'll pat it dry and I'll be right back. All right, so I just rinsed it off. I'm just gonna pat it dry. I'm gonna take my leftover paper towel and just fold it so that I have somewhere to set my mug, and just lay it down like that. I'm gonna use the coffee Hug in a Mug. So what you do is you're just going to peel this off, and if for some reason like this, see how this is, mine's not sticking to the tape, you're just gonna stick it back on and take your popsicle stick and just scrape it. Here we go. All right, so now that I've got my decal, you just need to place it carefully. If you guys have any questions about how to apply a decal, if this is not clear enough, I'll link the video. I have a like 4-minute video down below all about just applying a decal to a mug. Anyway, that should help further specify if I'm not spending enough time on it right now. So you literally are just gonna set it right down, try to make it as straight as possible. And then just rub over it with your fingers. Use my thumb. Looks good, looks good. And then you want to take your popsicle stick and just use it as a scraper. And just be careful while you're doing this to make sure that you're not like pushing up, if that makes sense. You don't want to like bend the decal. So you just want to make sure that you're going over the surface and not moving and bending the actual vinyl. And then you just check to see if it's stuck. Mine seems to be sticking, so you're just gonna peel it off slowly, because just because one part is sticking does not mean that the rest of it is going to stick. So I'm just peeling it back. It's a little bit later in the day, so the lighting's a little bit weird right now, I'm sorry. And there we are. Here is my finished mug. Now I'm just gonna seal this with another layer of Mod Podge, but let me talk about other sealers that will work better. I use this polythyrene for all of my wine glasses, just over the glitter part. I just take a sponge and then I actually put them on parchment paper, just like this. And then in 24 hours, I think if you read the directions on the back, it's either 2 hours, you do it again, then you cure it for 24 hours. I do not flip them like this while they are drying with the polythyrene because it will drip. So put it on wax paper or parchment paper and set it like this, and just every couple of hours, just pick it up so it doesn't completely stick to the paper, but it really shouldn't. You can also use a clear paint sealer, but this is what has worked best for me. To further seal the vinyl on here, you can actually cure it with a blow dryer. Just get it kind of warm and then just use your finger to kind of push down the letters a little bit, just go over it. That will help cure it on better. But that, you can probably hear my husband. That is all. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft case. Please tag me on Facebook at Brooke Wallenstein. I'll link that down below, as long as my Instagram, if you could tag me there if you want to post your mugs there. Now that we're at the end of the video, I will talk about a little more detail, so stay tuned if you just want to hear about the craft case. So craft case is a monthly subscription that you get sent straight to your door. How you get one is you send me an email. I will put my email down below. My email is brookehorn499@gmail.com. I'll put it right here. I'll put it down below. Just email me, say I would like to order a craft case. I will send you the order form. They're $23 a month for a monthly subscription. If you would like to do a 3-month in advance subscription, if you would like to do a 3-month subscription, it is $60. Say you only want to order December's box, no commitment, no subscription, then that one's going to be $30. Everything is in the email. Different craft every month. As you can see, if you watched all the way through, it's everything you need except for super basic things that everyone should have. I mentioned before in the other video that's all about the craft case announcement, which is also linked down below, that even paintbrushes and stuff that you just may not have that's an art supply, I will send it to you. So that is all. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you have not yet. I love you guys. Thank you for all your support, and I will see you again soon.